Alright, so people have been asking me questions on the internet, so I thought I would just answer them here so we can get that out of the way. First question. Okay, well, when I ran at Lincoln this last weekend, or the weekend before, the car was locking up the rear brakes. Every time I hit the brakes, the back would lock up, and of course, people were saying, hey, why don't you run a brake proportion valve? Okay, let me show you what I got here. Alright, so that there is a brake balance bar. That is hooked up to the, it's hooked up to here, and you see I have two master cylinders. I got the front one and the rear one, and right now the brakes are full to the rear. It's adjusted full to the rear, and the reason that wasn't enough is because this is a front caliper. This is the same Wilwood Dynalite that I have on the front. It's a 2-piston caliper. It's all that's needed for the kind of racing I do. And this is the caliper that came with the rear end that I bought. They were included. The 4-piston strange aluminum caliper. Alright, so you can see the massive difference there, right? So it's a matter of clamping force. So another question was asked, hey, why don't you grind your brake pads down in the back and make them less effective? This is the brake pad from the back during the event. You can see I ground all the center part away and this all here. That's all that was left. This is a brake pad off the front of the car. This is on the back. So that is why that didn't work. I have another set of these that is getting bolted to the back of the car. I just got to make new brackets. So the car will have the same brackets all the way, or the same calipers all the way around. Okay, another little tidbit I may as well do while I'm here is show you my fancy new wheels. Okay, so this is the new Kaiser 3-piece aluminum wheel and the Hoosier tires that I will be running at Nationals later this year. And these are the steel wheels with Avons that I ran at Spring Nationals. So I got a fish scale here, and I'm gonna check the weight on them. Okay, so first up is the steel wheel and tire. Okay, we have 45 pounds. Okay, 45 pounds for that. And now the Kaiser aluminum. We have 30 pounds. Let's see, let's check that again. I think the wheel being up against it is affecting the results a little bit. Hold on. 28 pounds maybe. So big difference there. Another question that was asked on the internet was, why didn't you run your new Kaiser wheels and Hoosier tires in Lincoln? Well, I'll show you why. Despite all my efforts of measuring everything, when I went to put the front wheels on the car, look what happened. The upper ball joint hits the wheel and the lower ball joint hits the wheel. So it clears the brakes, does not clear the ball joints. Alright, so what am I going to do about that? Well, I have a solution for that too. What I have here is, this is This is another Mustang 2 spindle or upright. And here is one of my ball joints without the rubber boot on it. So, if you take a look at how far in, all right, so this one's unmodified, okay? So this lower mount here has been unmodified, and you can see how much it sticks above the actual ball joint. There's lots of room in there. So what I did was I bought this tapered reamer tool, and I just to try it out on these backup ones, and you'll see how much of a difference there is in there, right? So I'll have to put some washers in here to tighten that up, but it seems to work. So now that I've tested it on these backup spindles that I have, I'm going to try it on my actual Wilwood spindles, and that should give me the gap that I need, that I can fit the wheels on there. So that's how that's going to work. You can see the heavy steel floor is off the car. That thing is a lump. That is 200 pounds easily right there. And also, I took off the exhaust. That's the one with the muffler on it, because the car was fine. It was nice and quiet. That was good, except that I'm trying to get every little ounce of weight out of the car, and I have found out that the car is too heavy. So here is the backup one, no muffler, but the car is still pretty quiet, so I'm not worried about that. And yeah, so I have to get these brackets that are normally here. I have to get these brackets modified to fit the new calipers, and yeah, so that's where I'm at with that. So that's an update on everything that's going on. So yesterday was frustrating with the ball joints and that problems, but I think we'll get those sorted out eventually. So that'll be that. Thanks for watching. All right, check it out. I reamed out the upright top and bottom, and look, it just barely clears, just barely. But it does clear, so it goes through its full range of motion, no rubbing. So I think we have a winner there. Okay, so here's the original floor. According to my trusty fish scale, it's 180 pounds. Let's see if I can figure out what the weight of this new aluminum floor is. Now, I'm gonna have to hang it up here. All right, the weight of the aluminum floor is 39 pounds. All right, so let's say 40 pounds. All right, so I'm saving 140 pounds by changing up the aluminum floor. So it's a start.